Today we're in Houston, Texas. My birthplace. But we're here for a dynamic new brand for a great client. But Houston, we may have problems. Just found out that they had 5 inches of rain in 3 hours.
You're gonna have to go off-road, I think, a little bit to get over the hill and into the property.
This is a problem. That's why my therapist calls it Apartmental.
Hey, I'm Ben. Every business needs branding. We just happen to brand apartments. And yes, we actually get paid to do this. This time, we're developing a brand new project for an existing client. City Street Residential is a trusted client. We've completed several brand projects for them. But this time, after much pleading, they decided to give us also the entire sign and identity campaign.
Wow, that's awesome.
This is a huge deal for us.
Robinson Creative has had a working relationship with City Street for many years.
After 10 years, they've always been happy, but they were loyal to a local sign vendor each time.
On Town Center, we engaged Robinson Creative on the entire package and added signage.
This will be our chance to wow them with everything we do and with a total consistent campaign.
And we wanted to allow Robinson Creative to do what they do best and be the creative genius behind the entire package.
Haven't we done like 8 projects for them over the years?
Brand and print only. We've been asking for signs for a while.
Well, their campaigns have been some of my favorites.
CSRP produces a beautiful apartment product. They always seem to offer just a little bit more, with stylish interiors and a host of rich amenities. So, all of our campaigns have capitalized on this approach. And we've won a few awards along the way.
Branding and getting your name out there in a creative way is so important to stand out above everyone else.
This is a tall order, guys. We have to blow them away, and it must be successful.
We can do this.
We can.
Let's get to work. This new community is breaking ground immediately in Northeast Houston. The client needs branding, logo, colors, print, identity, and signs.
We are heavily focused on what does the consumer want today and what does the consumer need.
Tons of amenities like resident lounge, workspaces, arcade, theater, and a community outdoor gathering space.
The beer garden is a really special touch. It allows people to have family and friends over and allows them to enjoy games and just really bringing the family or your friends together.
All that with dramatically stunning interior homes. For City Street, it is crucial homes offer the must-haves.
What's popular? The 2-tone cabinets or single basin sinks, and quartz countertops are in. So whenever Formica comes back in, I'm sure we'll move over to Formica. But it's just what is the trend.
Well, the client likes the collateral we've established before.
Well, for the brand going forward, I think it's a good idea that we stay with this approach.
Similar layout with the brownwood pocket and the translucent plant inserts.
Well, do we have any other interior essence boards or exterior colors?
No, we don't have anything.
We've got to show them signs. So let's stick with what we've done in the past.
Okay, that sounds good.
We just got a call from the client, and they're going with the blue-violet property accent color. But we really don't have anything else.
So what I was thinking on the identity is masonry with a striking centerpiece and a face cabinet that jets out from the centerpiece.
Our time is extremely limited as the client needs estimates.
Oh, that certainly sets the stage for what's coming, and I've never seen them do anything like this before.
We must get the presentation together for signs and identity.
With City Street, whenever we're designing a community, each community has a different pop of color.
And we can use that blue-violet color as an accent, keeping the wood throughout all the signs.
It's very innovative. I really like how this is developing.
I think we got this, but it's very different than what we've done in the past, and this is our first entire campaign opportunity. Let's hope it's not too out there.
So here's the logo and the colors. We've got the primary colors here. Now, we repeated that brown color from our original campaigns, and then we've added, of course, the blue-violet. How important is that blue-violet?
The pop of color is really important for the branding at the community. Looking forward to seeing how you pulled it through.
So here we go. Now, we've never done signs for you guys before, but we wanted to do something very dynamic for you. So this is the new monument for Domain Town Center. And we have that blue-violet center console. We have, of course, the faces here, and these faces jut out toward the viewer. Really nice. We've got the brick base here, and of course that monument structure base mimics the bricks, of course, on the property.
Love the monument. Excited about what it'll bring to the curb appeal.
Okay, so I think it would be real incredible if it was illuminated.
But I just don't think it's going to be in our budget, so I'm not sure that we'll be able to move forward with an illuminated sign, although I love it, and I don't want to get rid of it.
Okay, fair enough. All right, well, let's get to the community signs. So we have the brown wood faces here. You can see that. And you see some of the textures up here. It'll have the elevated type and the nickel silver here at the top. And we're even wanting to do some blue-violet on the post.
Yeah, I see you have it right here on the post that matches the monument sign. And I think that the two together will keep the theme going from when they pull in to when they park. So that looks really good.
Wow, so relieved. It's hard for clients to do a 180 turn, but I believe this will be exceptional for Domain Town Center. Unfortunately, just when we thought all was good and we were set with the colors and direction, we received the client's interior essence boards. We may have to go back to the drawing board.
Kat, I think we have a problem here.
What's up?
The client's interior essence boards have a lot of gray tones, and I think the brown wood would look terrible with the design.
Jules, I just finished designing all the signs with the brown wood. Now you're telling me?
Sorry, I didn't know you had designed them all.
Artists can be a little passionate. Guess that means we need a new computer. Again. Que sera, sera. We really try to connect the branding and especially the signage with the interior and exterior colors and materials. So, you guessed it, we have to change the brown wood to gray.
So Roxanne, we looked at your essence boards and we really feel that the brown wood is not going to work.
Okay.
So as you can see here, we've added this cool gray color to the colorations, and we really feel like this is a good direction.
I think that's a great idea. The exterior of the community will be a white brick and black trim. So I think going in that gray family will look really good out here.
Okay, well, let's get to your collateral. So we took a few liberties here. We did some different things, but after looking at your essence board again, we found this linear tile that we wanted to kind of introduce into the campaign. We love this linear tile that's in your clubhouse. We also added, of course, the gray wood, and I think it looks fantastic. And then we have the sign campaign. So this is your monument again. The brown's gone. We've got the blue-violet here on the center console, and then also the gray wood on all the faces of your community signs. I think it looks really great.
Yes, that looks really good. I like how you pulled the linear look and kept with our theme.
Now that the collateral is approved, signs are back on schedule and in production with the gray wood option, as well as the monument identity. We need to schedule our first installation. But Houston, there's a hurricane out in the Gulf of Mexico barreling toward the city. Thankfully, the hurricane was mild and blew through without much damage, but it left a ton of rain. So, we're off for the first installation. But let's hope we don't have to swim.
It's going to be interesting because there's been a lot of rain in the last week. So I'm hoping we can install today. Okay, here we go. What is this? All right, we're gonna have to go off-road, I think, a little bit to get over the hill and into the property. Wow, okay. Didn't see that coming. Okay, well, here it is.
They've had so many issues. The county delayed major utilities. There was no power for weeks, and they had to build a temporary bridge into the property until utilities could be buried. Plus, continual weather interruptions make construction very difficult. Because of the delays, the contractor is just finishing up the base structure. All right, so we're here at the monument. The mason is still working on it. The contractor has been working on this monument to finish it for the install today. This is what it's actually going to look like when it's all done. But you see the structure right here. The mason's working on finishing up that last part of the top of the monument, and soon we'll come in and place the monument cabinet into the slot, and it's going to look fantastic. While we wait for the mason to finish the base structure, we head back to the main office identity sign. However, there may be a few issues. The ground is so saturated we cannot get our truck lifts close enough to install this large sign onto the front of the building. And our guys must get the trucks in a good position to lift the sign into place and guide it. The process takes 2 lifts. As Danny tests how far the first lift can reach, we realize it just isn't enough. The truck actually needs to be in the mud to reach the building. The entire installation may have to be scrapped. They just told me that they had 5 inches of rain in 3 hours, so it is a mud pit. It's very swampy. But what's happening is we had to lay down some special mats for the trucks, because if we didn't, the trucks would sink and get stuck right in the mud. There's a huge area right in front of the clubhouse that we've got to make way for so the trucks can get positioned to install the sign. With the pads in place now, both trucks can be positioned close enough over the mud to reach the building and install this important community identity sign. Yeah, it's gonna help a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem.
The guys are prepping the connection points that will bolt into the wall. It better fit. A lot of preparation goes into designing a sign that must fit on the exterior of a building and into the brick. We work closely with the architect and construction team to ensure our sign fits, as they must have the area ready and accurate at installation. It must fit perfectly. This is a significant concept. The sign is illuminated and fabricated out of aluminum, but it should look like it's part of the building as a cast stone element. It also must be securely fastened. Under the wall, and what you cannot see, is additional wood blocking that adds extra support and allows us to secure the sign. After it's all stabilized, I go up and take a closer look.
Yeah. And it's not going to go any farther, right?
This is a large storefront sign over an entrance. I want to ensure it's completely safe. All is secure. Now we seal the edges.
So it has to look perfect
And we check the electrical for power to the sign. As the guys are finishing up the club office sign, now we can focus on the entry monument.
The last brick is in place. The masonry base structure is complete. Now we're going to take these panels and put them onto the masonry base. It may look kind of confusing right now because you're like going, what? You see this and you're like, how's that going to all come together? But my designers are incredible. They figured it all out. And even on paper, this may look a little confusing, but wait until you see the finished product. It's going to be amazing.
Everything was going smoothly when the cabinet won't fit into the slot. It's less than an inch off. And at this point, we can't damage the cabinet or reset the brick. This is a problem. The pole was set a ½ inch off into the masonry structure. That slight difference means the cabinet won't work. The guys have to take the side panels off and rework the inside of the cabinet as well as the bottom so that it can edge just slightly over to the right. It's our only option. It worked. After some on-site adjustments, the cabinet slid right into place. Whew. Now, if you remember, the client decided not to illuminate the sign due to budget. However, since this is our first full sign campaign for City Street, we wanted to do something special. Shh, it's a surprise. Danny is now installing electrical so the faces illuminate at night. Finally, all the pieces and parts came together. Both the monument and club identity were completed. Next, we start on community signs. We're just getting started. But first, let's talk about how these signs are designed.
So the key to everything at Domain Town Center, of course, is the branding, and everything has to connect. You can see right here in our signs, we've got an architectural film with a texture for that wood grain element. We've got the blue, we've got the silver nickel element going on there, the raised type, and of course, we've got to have the braille. That's important. But even the unit numbers, which is amazing, the unit numbers here have that silver nickel element as well, and you see the wood grain going on. And even in our less expensive secondary signs, we have followed this entire campaign and branding elements, and we've applied it to high pressure laminate. So you can see that here, same elements, same colorations, but this is a little less expensive. And this sign can go exterior, interior, wherever you want it, graffiti resistant. Love this product.
All the elements that inspired the branding are here in the clubhouse. The contemporary shapes, blue-violet ceiling, vertical tile, the geometric carpet details. We are on an active construction site, so there's all kinds of things happening around us, but I wanted to show you this vertical tile element and some of the blue walls that are featured here in the clubhouse, because our designers early on kind of work their magic and pull in some of those elements into the brand so it's memorable and powerful. That way, when the prospect comes into the clubhouse, they get the feeling. We put it into the print, we put it into the signs, and everything kind of cohesively comes together.
All signs are on the truck, but they must be organized.
We've got units, so we're gonna put up our first building's unit numbers. It's a big deal because this is where the residents are actually gonna see their units. So the guys are setting them all out, getting them ready to install. Wait, building one, we're over here.
Yeah, basement.
Yes.
1116.
Yep.
1150.
Day one of trip one was complete. We got a lot accomplished. During fabrication, we noticed a material flaw in some of our key signs. It delayed production, so the office rushed me the new signs for our first trip. The client needs 3 residential buildings and the clubhouse ready for inspection. We still have a lot of work to do.
Okay, so we just got these signs in. We had a mold issue on one of the signs, so the mold wasn't forming properly, so they had to send these overnight. We had the install today, so I've got the signs. I'm gonna get them to the guys so we can get these things installed.
The signs were safely on site, but there's a storm in the forecast and we must finish all the exterior signs before it hits.
Hi, Chihuahua. So you can see the clouds are gathering. We're in a rush against time. We've got to get the signs up as quick as possible because if we don't, it's going to be a safety hazard for the guys. We got to make sure this all comes together before the rain gets here. So we've got to get this done quick.
Building signs are crucial for emergency vehicles, and in order for the community to meet inspection requirements, they must be up on all 3 buildings. But there's a slight problem.
Okay, so there was a junction box right where we needed to place our building sign, because that does need to go like right on top. So we had one of the construction guys come, put a cap on top of that so we can install our building sign. We're in a rush against time to get this thing all installed before the rain comes. Oh, okay, so we just made it. The rain started coming down, we got the last sign up, and now it's onto the clubhouse.
After walking through the clubhouse, I discover there is no wall in the Wi-Fi lounge and all the signs were based on the architect's original plans. Someone made a change on site.
There's no wall separating the conference room from the meeting room.
We have produced signs for 3 sections separated by a wall. But now, there's no wall, just one large room. Maybe a supervisor can tell us what's going on.
Did they decide not to do it? They did. Because we've got like a conference room, a business center, and a Wi-Fi lounge. Yeah.
Steve was fine. Plans change, but we'll have to alter some of the designated signs. It happens. He's more concerned about getting the clubhouse inspected and open, so I walked through with Steve what we're installing.
So we're gonna put all your signs, like all your door signs, we're gonna put them 52 inches from the floor, so where we put the unit numbers. So at every entrance, it's going to get that 52 inches.
Now,
back to the box of signs.
Oh gosh, okay. Let's get this box open. These should be all of our signs. Okay. We have been waiting for this box. Okay. I think that's rules. That should be rules.
Yeah, rules.
So let's put these over here. The mail center. So these are all the signs that we need. Okay, so let's lay these out. We got mail center, meeting room, arcade. All these we need. The Wi-Fi lounge. It's like Christmas. Okay, resident lounge. These look so good. So you want to go lay these out. And then this one, I know where this one goes. So let's lay these out and then we'll come back for those guys. Okay, this is the athletic club. So, yes. So this one's gonna go here. And we're gonna put these like on the side of the door. And
Everything was going fine with the walkthrough until
They don't send us the vinyl for this one.
they don't have the vinyl?
No.
They were supposed to. That means they can't get their CO if they don't have the sign up.
ADA and ANSI require Braille signage at every door. However, in some cases, there are glass doors with glass sidewalls, and Domain Town Center has a lot of glass. We need black vinyl, and there's nothing on the truck.
Robinson Creative. Oh, hey, Ben. Okay, I'll look at that for you. Also, just so you know, we did get our press proofs for Domain Town Center. The girls are looking at it now.
So what do you think? I think the colors look great. It's not too red. Let's see how it looks with the blue floor plan insert.
Oh, I think the client's gonna love it. Big time.
So there is a mechanical room. I think they changed the walls. So let's put it here. Mechanical room. Okay. Yeah, sometimes they change things on us. Okay. So we just have in the manager's office, we have the
This is the ones go close.
Oh, that's it?
Rest, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So then we'll check these off and make sure we have them all. So you have 21 there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna put a star on that one. And then we did this one and we did the 15. And then we did the storage.
Mm-hmm.
And we did the arcade max. We did that too.
28, yeah.
Most signs were placed in the office, and Danny's crew knew what to do. It stopped raining, so we could look at the last remaining signs outside the clubhouse.
It feels good out here. The rain stopped. Okay. Oh, it just fit. We gotta watch out for stuff like this. It gets in the way of our signs. So we got the mail center here. We do the 3 inches outside. We'll do the 2 inches inside. So what I would do here is center. No smoking, no soliciting. Right here in the center. Hi, Chihuahua. All this mud.
The office was able to work their magic, and vinyl arrived in the nick of time. I was concerned as we promised the client all signs would be up for inspection.
Woo! Okay, so we finished this thing. It was amazing. Now the sun's out. Go figure. This is the first trip, so we've only got 3 to go to finish the entire job, but this is a good start. I am pumped. Everything came together very nicely. So, let's head home.
Back at our studio, the team was focusing on finishing up the print campaign. All elements were starting to come together. We actually installed the awning letters on a separate install. They're looking impressive, but...
Oh gosh, what is that? Okay, so it looks like the letters on the sign have fallen through the cabinet. So what happens sometimes in transport of the sign, the adhesion loosens, and once we get it installed in the field, it may look great, but the heat and the elements tend to loosen the adhesion that's already started in transport. So right now we've got a sign where the letters are falling through. We're gonna have to fix this because it won't illuminate properly, and that's not good.
The letters were reattached for the long haul, and all was working. We have 4 more buildings on this trip, so
What I'd like to
we
do is
better
focus
get
on
busy.
these 4 buildings, 5, 6.
We are here at an active construction site, so there's going to be a few obstacles. The walls aren't painted completely yet. As you can see, there is debris all over the floors. The floors aren't done in the hallways. It's just a lot of things we have to consider when we're putting up signs. So there's some obstacles we may have to kind of steer around to get these signs up in order for them to get their certificate of occupancy. So here we are, but we're gonna get it done.
Construction can sometimes take a year and a half and often longer. We must work around their schedules and ensure signs are installed when they're needed. But even the most ambitious intentions can get derailed.
Today is Beer Garden Post Sign Install Day, and I've been installing this sign right in the middle of this incredible activity center called the Beer Garden. It's going to have picnic tables, yard games, bistro lights. It's going to be the place to be in the community. I'm going to go find the perfect spot for this sign. Not happening.
This is our last trip, so while the guys are working, I want to get an overview of the property and check on our installed signs.
This is an unveiling of sorts. I try to keep our signs protected while they're doing construction, and so they just finished the landscaping, so now we can reveal this sign in all its glory.
We have to make sure everything looks perfect. Then I noticed a flaw.
So this is our pool rule sign. It looks fantastic, but we've got a little bit of a problem. Look at this. I mean, we're talking, it's all scratched up, does not look good. What probably happened is some of the landscapers scratched it up with shovels or what have you, but we've got to fix this. And we're gonna do this because we wanna make the sign look perfect. So we got the letters fixed. They look great. Took a couple of trips, but it's done. But now we have another problem.
This is a fantastic product, but we're seeing some deterioration here because of the sun damage. We really try to find the best products imaginable for exterior, but here in Houston, with the high heat temperatures as well as the humidity, it can really do a number on signs. We're noticing some fading here and maybe even some peeling. We're going to have to redo these signs with a thicker material and also apply a stronger UV coat so this doesn't happen.
I'm glad we caught it and quickly replaced the faces for longevity. I continue walking the site, and it is so rewarding seeing the brand working well with the community.
So we really took some liberties with this sign. We wanted to create something that just stood out among the competitors. So as you can see, what we did on the brick base is we duplicated what the architect started on the buildings with the soldier course, the header course, and you can see how it steps down in the front and the back. There's this nice solid column that gives it strength. But the sign kind of juts out from that, and you've got this two-tone cabinet that really is a nice feature. And you've got this center console here with the blue. It just comes together really nicely, and it makes for an unusual but incredible standout monument identity.
So do you recall that surprise illumination we prepared for the client? Since it was our first full sign campaign, we wanted to do something special. Once it was fully lit up, I sent the unexpected photo to City Street.
I screamed in my office, and one of my coworkers, who's 2 offices down from me, was looking at it at the same time, and she was just saying, I know, I know. It was like we both knew what we were excited about. It just looked so good. It just was beyond what we could have imagined it would have turned out to be.
We get excited when they are excited. It is fulfilling working with a client with whom you can partner, establishing an unstoppable, successful image that assists with a quick lease up.
Within a matter of about 6 weeks, the management team leased the community to 25%, and the management team is working with construction because construction simply can't keep up with the demand.
Wow, look at this place. I mean, just a few months ago, it was raw and it was hard to imagine what it would look like. But look at this, they did such an incredible job. The light fixtures, the ceiling has that cove lighting effect. That's that blue that we've used all over through the branding. So it's really nice to see it in the architecture and the interiors itself. Look at this incredible countertop with a waterfall feature. You've got some really nice elements here. Let's take a look at what they've done to the place. Yes! The client has done an amazing job with this pool area. I mean, look at this. There's a regular pool element here, but then there's this amazing winding lazy river that goes all around. It's a humongous pool outdoor area that's sure to be the highlight of everyone's summer afternoon.
Look at this. This was a mud pit when we were installing signs just a few months ago. And now the sun is shining, our signs are up, they look great, landscape is done. Oh my gosh, wow, from mud to magnificent. This is what I'm talking about. Our 10-year relationship with this trusted client allowed an unprecedented opportunity to not only offer a new service, but establish a progressive leap forward in their branding. We faced some unexpected challenges with this project. However, we were able to maneuver and create a campaign that proved winning and successful. Domain Town Center is an outstanding community, and it required an equally creative image. Attractive apartment interiors with exceptional features. A myriad of resident conveniences and amenities. Drop-dead gorgeous pool with lazy river and beer garden. We designed a print collateral campaign that showcased the community and its lifestyle, while introducing the living concept to drive-by traffic with a spectacular signature monument, storefront club identity, and a brilliant sign campaign. The Robinson team had one chance to create signage that connected to this impressive approach to living. We used materials, texture, and color to introduce unforgettable signs throughout the project. Finally, the success of Domain Town Center's rapid lease-up is a testament to the client, the property, management team, and the brand trademark that solidifies this captivating narrative.